Entering the world of beautiful comics, Chen Ji's heart was extremely shattered. And every midnight, he will appear in another eerie world full of dark energy, which could be finished at any time. Fortunately, he comes with a cheat and a talent entry system. Can seize the luck of others and upgrade one's own talent entries. Smart and clever, white, unforgettable, green, learning god, blue, super genius, purple, martial arts master, green, grandmaster of the generation, blue, Wuwukai, purple. As he continued to manipulate, each talent entry was also promoted to the full level by him. Cursed by knowledge, Gene, I am fate, Gene, mortal body on par with gods, Gene. I really want to keep a low profile, but my strength doesn't allow it. Chen Ji said he really doesn't have Versailles. Keywords of the novel. People in Kama Taj, countless talent entries without pop-ups, People in Kama Taj, countless talent entries TXT complete collection download, People in Kama Taj, countless talent entries latest chapter reading. Chapter 1. People in Kama Taj. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 1 People in Kama Taj. Kama Taj. The legendary holy land of secret methods. The ancient and solemn architecture stands tall and towering. Magical techniques and ancient secret techniques are passed down from generation to generation in this secluded sect. On the battlefield. A novice mage dressed in plain clothes, with an agile figure, a fierce attack, and a waist and horse in one, is training in martial arts with another sturdy black man. The moves of the two are swift and cunning, and in a moment of stillness and movement, their muscles are all expanding and tightening. Fists and feet clashed, and there was an immediate sound of shaking. Then, the young disciple stumbled and quickly took a few steps back, stood still, and immediately clasped his fists and said, Senior brother Mo Du, your kung fu is really profound and unpredictable. I need to keep working hard. The young disciple had a delicate appearance, a Chinese face, and a gentle smile on the corner of his mouth, which also made the sturdy black man smile. Chen. Your strength has improved rapidly. Before that, you couldn't stop my 3 moves at all. Now they can play against me for several rounds. Can you tell me what the reason is? Modu curled up the corners of his mouth, but his eyes showed a hint of wisdom and shrewdness. He personally recruited Chen Ji and witnessed his growth. If Chen Ji also has the same talent in the field of secret arts, he will definitely become the youngest master of secret arts and be qualified to compete for the title of Supreme Master. This couldn't help but make him feel a sense of crisis. Because he has long regarded the position of the Supreme Master as something in his own pocket. As the chief disciple of Kama Taj, he is second to none in terms of experience and magic, and will inevitably become the Supreme Mage. However, Chen Ji, was about to become his strong opponent, leaving Mo Du with mixed feelings and a hint of gloom in his eyes. Senior brother Mo Du, it's all because you taught well. I'm going to review Sanskrit. See you later. Chen Ji clasped his hands together and bowed to leave. But there was a glint of cunning on his face. Can you tell Baron Kalmodo about his cheating entry system? He can see his own talents, as well as the talents of other characters. And, by plundering the luck of others through battles, upgrade your own talent entries. Chi Yun value plus 0.5, Chi Yun value plus 0.5, the colorful text bubbles gradually disappear within the field of vision. Since he entered the workforce, he has been constantly competing with Baron Modu, plundering his luck through battles. Whenever the Chi value reaches 10 points, you can upgrade the white talent entry once. And his current attribute panel is also incredibly gorgeous and cool. Name. Chen Ji, Identity. Apprentice Master, Talent. Intelligent and quick-witted, white, martial arts master, green, slightly spiritual, green, haunted by nightmares, black. Chi Yun value. 10, smart and astute, white. Your intelligence is exceptional, no matter how complex things are, you can grasp the essence at once. Martial Arts Master, Green. In the fields of martial arts and physical arts, your learning and comprehension abilities are at the master level, and perseverance will make you a great master. Little Spirit, Green. You have a remarkable magical talent, can easily master some mysterious spells, and will also be favored by spiritual creatures. This is Chen Ji's entry panel. Smart and quick-witted, a master of martial arts, with some spiritual energy. Among them, both the martial arts master and Xiaoyu Lingqi have undergone an upgrade, consuming 10 points of chi points. Before this, the effect was almost better than nothing. And he has been harvesting Baron Modu's wool all along. Who makes him an important character in Doctor Strange. In the world of Earth 838, he once became the supreme mage. Don't pull him, pull who? And today, I finally accumulated 10 points of luck. He can already upgrade his intelligence and agility from white quality to green quality. Will Qi Yun be used for intelligence and agility, white, dot. A line of text bubbles leapt into sight. Chen Ji did not hesitate. Okay. Schwa. A brilliant and bright light bloomed. Smart and clever entries immediately changed from white to green, successfully upgraded. Wisdom and wit, white, has evolved into an entry, unforgettable, green, unforgettable, green. While being intelligent and sharp, your mind is extremely developed, and everything you have seen will never be forgotten. Moment Chen Ji felt a tremor in his heart, and his eyes were slightly sore and astringent. Afterwards, he opened his eyes again and immediately realized that the world had undergone a very wonderful change. All the plants and trees are incredibly vibrant in color. Even like printing, it was imprinted in his mind and couldn't be erased. Let Chen Ji feel dark and happy in his heart. Never forget it. It seems that Doctor Strange quickly became a genuine master of secret techniques with his unforgettable abilities. Chen Ji's eyes flickered and his mood was extremely excited. In this way, with an unforgettable talent entry, he can easily remember all the spells in the future magical cultivation process without worrying about forgetting them. However, to upgrade the green talent again, it doesn't just require 10 points of energy. But it's 100 points. Fortunately, there are important roles at Kama Taj, providing Chen Ji with the necessary energy for growth. For example, Baron Modu, Cassius, Master Hammer, King, Gai. He doesn't want to miss this great opportunity. After all, in the near future, an infinite war that could affect the entire universe could break out at any time. Just a snap of a finger, purple sweet potato essence extinguished half of the living beings in the universe. Who dares to bet on this half chance? Chen Ji returned to the dormitory with a heart full of worries. Immediately opened the Sanskrit dictionary by the bedside. Kama Taj, founded in Agomo, was built during the prehistoric mythological era, and during that time, the popular language was Sanskrit. Almost all of Kama Taj's secret scriptures are also written in Sanskrit. This is a wonderful text that carries the mysteries of the universe and has boundless magical power. But before that, he has been unable to read Sanskrit completely. Even if he browses through this Sanskrit dictionary, he has not remembered a few Sanskrit words. Open the book, ma dong mei. Close the book, ma what mei. With the evolution of gifted entries, he quickly flipped through the Sanskrit dictionary, and almost every punctuation mark in the book could accurately indicate the page number. Who? It's truly a green entry. The effect is really powerful. If it were upgraded to a blue entry, wouldn't it be like turning the tables? Chen Ji was secretly pleased in his heart. Immediately, he took out an introductory publication of Kama Taj, Essentials of Secret Techniques. Through this book, Essentials of Secret Techniques, Chen Ji gradually understood the concept of magic in this beautiful world. Magic. Almost all of them come from other dimensions. Secret spell mages cannot directly use this energy, but need to establish links with different dimensions before they can use spells to unleash infinite power of secret spell magic. Spells are like computer programs. All of this was designed from the birth of the universe. Of course. Chen Ji has no objection to this. And his primary task is to lift his own curse. Black talent. Nightmares haunt me. Nightmare entangled, black. Every midnight, you will appear in a strange space, and all strange things will attack you, and you will never be able to escape this nightmare. New author, new book released, like this book, remember to bookmark it. I also hope that readers can understand Mengxin more. End of this chapter. Chapter 2. Major Destiny Turning Point. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 2, Major Destiny Turning Point. Not long ago, Chen Ji purchased an ancient mysterious statue. This statue is pitch black throughout, with a hint of black light flowing through it. The overall design is also reminiscent of humans rather than humans, beasts rather than beasts, full of metallic texture, emitting an evil aura. Perhaps his ability to penetrate the world of comics is also related to this mysterious statue. Because nightmares are also a unique dimension in the world of comics. The Dimension Lord who governs the nightmare dimension is called Nightmare. And the mysterious statue products he came into contact with may be symbolic objects left behind by nightmares. It can be seen from this. Chen Ji's current situation is extremely dangerous, and even a slight mistake could turn him into a nightmare plaything. Become a puppet driven by nightmares. So, he made up his mind to quickly harvest the energy points of other important characters and upgrade his talent entries to higher quality. And the black talent, haunted by nightmares, seems to be impossible to upgrade and there is no way to erase it. Chen Ji did not fail to consider smashing the mysterious statue he touched, but he was also worried that smashing the statue would directly anger the Lord of the Nightmare Dimension. I kept this statue by my side. He originally wanted to ask the Supreme Master for advice on the true origin of this statue. But Mo Du informed me that Master Gu Yi is currently wandering and has not returned yet. This has made him extremely anxious. Because delaying one day adds a bit of danger. The strangeness he encountered in the nightmare world is also becoming stronger and stronger. And all he can do is escape. Even recalling the inexplicable and eerie creatures in the nightmare world now, Chen Ji felt his hair stand on end and shiver. If it weren't for his green talent as a martial arts master and exceptional skills, Chen Ji might have died under the eerie siege long ago. No way. You can't sit idly by. Borrow more books to read and strive to master protective magic as soon as possible. Chen Ji's gaze flickered. Hurriedly ran towards Kama Taj's library. The library is solemn and filled with the atmosphere of time passing by. This is the core building of the Kama Taj Mahal. Not only does it have secret scriptures collected throughout history, but it also has a private collection of books that the Supreme Master regards as treasures. Due to the importance of the library, there is a secret master sitting here. And he has a sincere appearance, a calm personality, and a meticulous personality, and also manages the library in an orderly manner. But unfortunately, in the preface of Dr. Strange, he died at the hands of Cassius. Corpse separation. There is undoubtedly a difference between a master of secret techniques and a master of secret techniques. Name: Murphy Sen, identity. Librarian, entry. Slow and logical, white, knowledgeable and memorable, green, skilled, green, dying to the brink of death, black. He has a gentle personality, is meticulous in his work, and is easily trusted by others. Broad knowledge and strong memory, green. Memory is different from that of ordinary people. Familiarizing oneself with the location of all the secret law books has slightly improved learning ability. Exquisite technique, green. As a master of secret techniques, even if the magic is not at the top level, there are still unique features. Black. His life has entered the countdown. See Master Murphy's entry panel. Chen Ji couldn't help but feel a hint of sadness as the rabbit died. But he still hadn't forgotten his original intention and hurriedly asked. Master Murphy. I would like to borrow some introductory books. Do you have any relevant recommendations? Chen Ji quickly stood still, and his eyes began to constantly scan. I saw ancient and clean bookshelves one after another, which caught my eye. All kinds of secret books, flowing with a mysterious light, made Chen Ji's heart skip a beat. Beginner's books. It seems that you have finally mastered Sanskrit, Chen. The Book of the Past, General Introduction to Foundations, Universal Knowledge of All Methods, and Ancient Remnants. They should all be very suitable for you. Murphy's face smiled and his voice was deep, making people feel like they were basking in spring breeze. Subsequently, he personally brought these books, stacked them into a stack, and handed them directly to Chen Ji in front of him. See this scene. Chen Ji couldn't help but be greatly moved. How much effort did this save you? How could such an excellent secret master be killed by the plot? Chen Ji sighed inwardly. Is there any way I can rewrite Master Murphy's misfortune? Chen Ji's expression darkened. He is not a match for Cassius. Cassius entered the world earlier than him and has already reached the level of a secret master. And, with his radical ideas, he also formed a small group within the Kama Taj, called Fanatics. Even if he can upgrade his talent entry, it may not be able to turn this situation around. Forget it. It's better to remind Master Murphy. It's better than doing nothing at all. Master Murphy. There's no defense or attack formation in the library. What should you do if an unknown force invades this place? Chen Ji took the book of secret techniques and his eyes fluctuated. Invasion. How could it be? This kind of thing hasn't happened for 1,000 years. Even if some thieves appear, with my strength, I can make him never come back. Chen, you may not even know the value of the secret master. Murphy smiled. It's difficult to guard against thieves at night. If there is a traitor in Kama Taj, wouldn't it be dangerous? Chen Ji said intentionally or unintentionally. A domestic thief. A traitor. Don't say anything that undermines unity, Chen. I firmly believe that the Ancient One has already been screened at the time of entry. Master Murphy's face darkened and he immediately advised. Filter. Filter your butt. Is it true that Gu-Yi is omniscient and omnipotent? Even if she is omniscient, how could she possibly tell you? Chen Ji secretly pursed his lips. The reason doesn't make sense now. However, based on the principle of being a good person to the end, he still spoke up. If the mouse bites through these secret books, it's not good. As he spoke, Chen Ji walked out of the library and hurriedly returned to his own room. The sky is getting late. Twilight enveloped the entire Kama Taj Mahal. The library lit up a series of dim yellow lights, bringing a slight warm illusion. Master Murphy couldn't help but ponder as he watched Chen Ji leave. Recently, there have been frequent occurrences of mice. It seems. It's better to set up a few defensive magic formations. Master Murphy nodded. Then, he opened a book on secret techniques related to the magic formation and began to ponder the layout of the defense magic formation. I didn't expect it. He became more and more fascinated as he watched it, and only then did he realize that it was actually a work by a Go motorcycle. A Go motorcycle can set up a magical barrier to protect the real world. It is evident that he has such profound achievements along the way in the magic formation. Prior to this, Murphy did not even discover the authorship of this book. Now, as if he had obtained a treasure, Murphy immediately began to read it with great fascination, absorbing the knowledge of the magic formation in the book. Subsequently, he arranged a simple energy magic formation using runes. Being in the formation, one feels that the aura of the secret energy has become somewhat intense. This made him ecstatic. I didn't expect him to be on his way to the magic formation, with such extraordinary talent. At the same time, Chen Ji, who had just sat down, suddenly heard a heavenly sound in his ear. Your previous decision brought a significant turning point in Murphy's destiny, with a reward of 50 points for chi points. The talent lottery wheel is activated. Has it brought a significant turning point in Murphy's fate? The talent lottery wheel. Surprisingly, they can still draw talents. Chen Ji's gaze froze for a moment. A strong expression of joy suddenly emerged. So this is his golden finger, the correct way to open it. Rewrite the tragic fate of the characters in the play. Can we get feedback on the gas transport value? Extract talent. It changed the fate of supporting roles, plot killing, and brought 50 points of luck value. So, if Chen Ji changes the fate of the protagonist in the drama, how much luck can he gain? Chen Ji's heart skipped a beat. I immediately felt a great road stretching out slowly in front of him. What else is he waiting for? The night is getting darker. It's almost midnight, and once he falls asleep, he will appear in another perilous and eerie dream. If Chen Ji has the ability to resist, who is willing to hide? End of this chapter. Chapter 3. Talent Lottery Wheel. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 3 Talent Lottery Wheel. Talent Lottery Wheel. The first lottery requires 50 points of luck. Afterwards, the energy consumption of each lottery is x2, and the probability of obtaining rare talents increases accordingly. Chen Ji looked at the lottery wheel for the entry and was surprised to find that the starting price required 50 points of luck value. Will the required luck value for another lottery double? So he drew the white talent. Isn't it a loss of blood? If I draw black, that's just double the torture. Why don't we just find a piece of tofu to kill it? Chen Ji's gaze flickered, and then he gritted his teeth and stomped his foot. Seeking wealth insurance. Charge. Chen Ji consumes 50 chi points and opens the lottery wheel for entries. Next second. The talent lottery wheel immediately lit up with a brilliant light. On this lottery wheel, there are 7 distinct regions, each presenting 7 different colors. White, green, blue, purple, red, gold. Black. Golden talent represents top-level talent. The black talent is related to the curse of bad luck. The appearance of the black talent means that death is not far away. Chen Ji silently prayed. I hope there won't be any black talent. Even if there is a white talent, Chen Ji can accept it. Subsequently, a crisp clang was heard, and Chen Ji's mood became extremely tense. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the green talent, green. You are the one cared for by the goddess of luck, always able to see a glimmer of vitality in the face of life and death crises. Nice. Chen Ji's eyes lit up. Green talent. It's really sweet after suffering. The name of this green talent also made him very happy. In the face of difficulties, good luck comes. Even if he encounters inexplicable strangeness in the nightmare world, he will turn misfortune into good fortune. And now he also has 5 talented entries. Unforgettable, green, martial arts master, green, little spirit, green, success in difficulties, green. Nightmares haunt me, black. 4 green talents and 1 black talent. This can be said to be not glamorous. It's really amazing, okay. Chen Ji felt happy in his heart. But he did not let his guard down. Even if he had the talent for the 4 greens, if he couldn't live until the next day, it would be a complete waste. Quickly, he restrained his mind and opened the book of secret techniques recommended to him by Murphy, General Introduction to Fundamentals. This basic introduction belongs to the introductory work of secret magic, mainly discussing the types of secret spells and common black magic. Helps novice mages solidify their foundation. After all, if a towering building rises from the ground without a solid foundation, it will also be on the verge of collapse. With the talent of being unforgettable, Chen Ji's reading speed has also increased more than 10 times. As long as you flip through it, you can almost recite it backwards, as if it's imprinted in your mind. Subsequently, he flipped through the Book of the Past, the collection of antiquities, and universal knowledge of laws, again, firmly remembering every word in the book. The Book of the Past contains the rules of nature and the laws of material operation. The collection of antiquities mainly depicts scenes from prehistoric mythological periods and also mentions some unknown secrets. Wanfa Tongshi is a true encyclopedia of magic. All the secret spells and magic that have appeared in the drama are recorded in this book of secrets. And he also found a reliable magic spell in the universal knowledge. The Ring of Lagador. Chen Ji was secretly pleased in his heart. But at this moment, a deep drowsiness swept over him, and his eyelids continued to darken. Even if he struggled desperately and pinched his thigh hard, he couldn't relieve the drowsiness. Immediately, his eyelids closed and he opened them again. Chen Ji discovered that he had already appeared in a strange world full of yin qi. Darkness. Drowsy. The background was pitch black. Only dim starlight projects down from the ink-like night sky. At the end of the line of sight, there is still thick fog shrouding, disdaining the true appearance of things. And he was immersed in a broken wall and ruins. Collapsed buildings, collapsed ruins, and glass shards all over the ground, even dark brown bloodstains. It seems that this city, once incredibly prosperous, has completely transformed into a cemetery due to unknown reasons. Even though Chen Ji had been teleported to this nightmare world no less than 10 times, he still felt a genuine fear and his heart was constantly trembling. A pair of agile and divine eyes, full of vigilance and scanning. If we compare Nightmare World to a game of rules and quirks. So, the place where he stands is the safe zone in the game. As long as there is no noise, there is basically no attraction to strangeness. But once he creates movement, or leaves this area, it will also immediately attract a strange attack. And all of this is thanks to the black talent of being haunted by nightmares. Nightmare entangled, black. Every midnight, you will appear in a strange space, and all strange things will attack you, and you will never be able to escape this nightmare. I can never get rid of. Then knock down all the monsters. Chen Ji secretly swore. He never listens to fate. But to firmly grasp fate in one's own hands. Then, he picked up a baseball bat from the ground and walked towards the outside of the safe zone, observing and listening in all directions along the way. As he walked out of the safe zone, a magical and piercing scream immediately sounded ahead. Grass. This guy hasn't left yet. Surprisingly, they are still ambushing me here. Chen Ji held the bat and almost cursed. Every time you leave the nightmare world, the hatred of the eerie creatures will be refreshed. However, the strangeness he provoked last time didn't mean he lost his hatred. Still hibernating here. In the dark ruins, eerie creatures like Barbie dolls slowly crawled out of the corner. Her appearance was already in a state of disrepair, not even knowing where her legs had flown, but she still had tenacious vitality. Her eyes showed a bright red color, and she tightly grasped the surgical knife in her hand. Step by step, twisting and crawling towards Chen Ji. Big brother, hug me, play with me. A cold and ethereal childlike voice slowly drifted up. Make Chen Ji's scalp tingle uncontrollably. Play with Nima. Chen Ji exposed himself on the spot. Do you think he's blind? With such a bright surgical knife, it's clear that I want to hit his waist. This Barbie doll must also be manufactured by Mabe. Is Chen Ji currently in the country of Ma in the nightmare world? Regardless of whether it's Ma Gua or not, Chen Ji is really Ma. Because this thing I can't kill you. Strange doll, level. Intermediate eerie, entry. Perseverance, white, childlike innocence, white, immortal body, blue. Persistence, white. Never lose the attack target. Childlike innocence, white. Her mental age is only 3 years old. Immortal body, blue. It seems like she can't be killed. Have you come up with a solution? This is the talent panel for eerie dolls. Seeing the blue talent, immortal body, Chen Ji's heart was already half cold. And there is also a white talent, persistent, he's just one head, too big. Completely numb. Wait. The mental age is only 3 years old. She wants me to play with her. It seems like I haven't felt any killing intent yet. Chen Ji was slightly taken aback. A bold guess couldn't help but emerge in my heart. Is this weird doll really just trying to play with him? Chen Ji was shocked in his heart. How did I become so sensitive? Unforgettable, green. While being intelligent and sharp, your mind is extremely developed, and everything you have seen will never be forgotten. Extremely developed mind. Is that why it's difficult? Chen Ji felt a little relieved in his heart. My eyes twitched and I tentatively said. If you want to play with me, can you throw away the surgical knife first? The eerie doll was taken aback. A bright smile immediately appeared on the small face covered in blood stains. Listen to you. Big brother. As she spoke, she threw the surgical knife aside and almost stabbed Chen Ji's foot. Nima. Is this intentional? Chen Ji quickly retreated and easily avoided it. A hint of clarity flashed in my eyes immediately. What do you want to play with me? Ah. What name should I call you? Chen Ji scratched his head. The doll has no name. The eerie doll's expression darkened. Then I'll take one for you. How about calling it Sugar? Chen Ji's spirit flashed. Because the appearance of this strange doll is indeed somewhat similar to the sugar in Wang Lufei's house. So happy I also have a name. The eerie doll had an excited expression on its face. Shua. A dazzling white light flashed past. The lost legs of the strange doll surprisingly grew back, and the whole person was completely refreshed. Transformed into exquisite Barbie dolls again. Name. Weird doll. Sugar, identity. Chen Ji's playmate, entry. Perseverance, white, childlike innocence, white, immortal body, blue. Ha. How did it change? Another identity, my playmate. Has she become my playmate? Having chosen a name, how could there be such a big change? Chen Ji is confused. End of this chapter. Chapter 4. Qi Yun Value 100. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 5. Strange Ant Queen. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 5 Strange Ant Queen Qi Yun Value plus 0.9. Killing strange creatures can actually earn Qi points. Chen Ji's gaze flickered. My heart was suddenly filled with excitement. He found another way to obtain Qi luck. Does this mean that he will soon be able to get rid of the negative talent of, extremely unlucky? Even, it is possible to accelerate the upgrade speed of other talents. Chen Ji was overjoyed. But he has another question. Why is there only a 0.9 Qi value? Because it's not oneself who kills the mysterious cat demon. Chen Ji has many doubts. However, the anxiety in my heart has dissipated quite a bit. He has to hold on to the sugar thigh tightly. Sugar. You're really amazing. Do you feel anything after killing the strange cat demon? Chen Ji asked tentatively. Feeling. I feel like I've lost some energy. Did it run onto my older brother? Sugar has a delicate appearance, bright red eyes, tightly holding the surgical knife, long hair draped over the shoulders, like a obedient little princess. But I've been watching it for a long time. It is still easy to trigger Chen Ji's terrifying valley effect. Fortunately, the system won't deceive anyone. Since Sugar has become his companion, it will definitely not harm him. Sugar, you're right. Some of the energy has entered my body, I hope you don't mind. Chen Ji has a sincere attitude. Release goodwill as much as possible. A sweet smile appeared on Sugar's face. Big brother, you cured my legs. How could I blame you? I believe in Big Brother. Sugar has a beautiful smile on its face. Then, her gaze suddenly became sharp and she looked towards the distant grass. She sensed the approaching danger. In the grass. Immediately, a sound of knowing and groping came through. Crowds of eerie insects were also frantically swinging their limbs, with a hint of coldness flashing through their mouths, rushing towards the two of them. Strange ant colony, level. Low-level eerie, entry. Beehive thinking, green, stealth, white, unity in cooperation, white. Beehive thinking, green. Eerie ant colonies can share senses and thoughts. Hidden, white. Due to its small size, it is good at capturing prey in the dark and extremely difficult to detect. Unity and cooperation, white. The eerie ant colony prospers and loses. Strange ant colony. So strangeness is not just about individuals. Chen Ji was shocked in his heart. He was still in a strange world for the first time, seeing the appearance of a strange ant colony. The large quantity has made Chen Ji suffer from a dense phobia. See this scene. The first thought in his mind was, run. Anyway, it's not the first time. The eerie creatures in the eerie world are not creatures that are understood in reality, and conventional methods cannot kill them at all. Anyway, as long as he stays up until dawn, he can leave this damn place. Big brother. Don't worry. I'll help you eliminate them. Strange doll Sugar, with a hint of playfulness on his face, immediately swung his surgical knife and kept throwing it back and forth. Nailed the eerie ant colony one by one to their original location. Chen Ji immediately heard a heavenly sound in his ear. Kill the eerie ant colony, Chi Yun value plus 0.1, 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 Can each eerie creature provide 0.1 Chi luck value? This is really good. Chen Ji was secretly pleased in his heart. Continuing with this trend, the 100 points of Chi luck he owes can gradually turn losses into profits. After a moment, I saw the ground covered with insect corpses, oozing foul-smelling mucus, and the scene was unbearable. After killing this group of strange ant colonies, Chen Ji gained a total of 10 points of luck. Exciting his mood. Fortunately, I hugged the sugar thigh. 100 points of Chi luck value is not at a loss. But at this moment, a sudden burst of text bubbles couldn't help but turn Chen Ji's joy into worry. Due to the reckless behavior of Sugar, it aroused the hatred of the strange queen ant Squeak. A sharp and piercing hissing sound sounded deep in the grass. Suddenly, a terrifying ant queen the size of a puppy crawled out, covered in a black shell, with sharp fangs and insect feet. The queen ant showed hatred in her eyes and immediately let out a mournful cry as she looked at the insect corpses scattered all over the ground. Immediately, like a restless goat, it arched its waist and rushed towards Chen Ji in a hurry. It seems like we're going to tear him to pieces. Strange ant queen, level. Intermediate eerie, entry. If you are a mother, then you will be strong, green, impenetrable, white, and angry, gray. Green. As a mother of a strange ant colony, she loves her children immensely, and any danger they encounter will provoke her anger. White. Increases resistance to physical attacks by 50%. Ashamed to fury, gray. She is extremely angry at this moment, and it's not an exaggeration to say she's crazy, with a slight increase in attack power. Intermediate eerie. Chen Jihu's body trembled. Strange doll Sugar is also intermediate eerie. The eerie queen ant is also intermediate eerie. Two intermediate eerie encounters, who can laugh until the end. Besides, the eerie queen ant also has an invincible white talent. Sugar surgical knives are strong enough to break through defenses. Sugar. Let's run quickly. It's also intermediate eerie like you. Big brother doesn't want you to be in danger. Chen Ji picked up the sugar and hurriedly ran towards the distance, but was forced to struggle by the sugar and quickly broke free from Chen Ji's embrace. Big brother. I should be able to get rid of her. Please believe. Sugar. The eerie doll has a serious expression on its face. The bright red eyes suddenly lit up with a burst of brilliance. Chen Ji was slightly taken aback. A voice announcement rang in my ear again. Strange doll gains temporary talent, Zerg killer, gray, insect killer, gray. Due to her successful killing of the eerie ant colony, she has mastered certain skills and has slightly increased damage to insects and other eerie creatures. Sure enough. Gray talent is a temporary talent. Temporary talents can also be good or bad. Why am I unlucky enough? Chen Ji murmured secretly. However, since Sugar has a temporary talent, it's also good for her to give it a try. Anyway, they are all intermediate and eerie, there is no mention of level suppression. Then come on. Sugar. Big brother will definitely not abandon you. Chen Ji clenched his fists tightly and made a serious commitment. A hint of emotion immediately appeared on Sugar's face. Afterwards, faced with the fierce and eerie ant queen, she immediately grasped the surgical knife tightly, with a hint of sharpness flowing through the blade. Her petite and adorable body suddenly leaped into the air, avoiding the impact of the eerie queen ant and aiming at her spine one stab. The foul-smelling and bright pus splashed out. Squeak. The eerie queen ant immediately let out a painful cry of sorrow. She finally realized that the killer of the strange ant colony was not Chen Ji, but the strange doll. The eerie queen ant immediately swung her insect feet, accompanied by a collision sound, and rushed towards the eerie doll Sugar. Be careful. Chen Ji was greatly surprised in his heart. Because the sugar has just landed and there is not enough time to react, once bitten by a strange queen ant, the consequences can be unimaginable. There was almost no hesitation. He swung the bat with great force. A stick hit the eerie ant queen crawling in the darkness. When, with both hands and tiger mouths, a tingling sensation immediately emanated, as if hitting a steel plate. The eerie queen ant suddenly turned her head, with a look of hatred in her eyes. Seems to be saying I didn't even bother you, how dare you resist. Next second. The eerie queen ant felt a darkness before her eyes. A sharp surgical knife flashed past the back of the neck. Hit the weakness twice in a row. Even the eerie queen ant cannot withstand this deadly damage. Death. End of this chapter. Chapter 6. Preparation for Strangeness. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 7. Encyclopedia of Magic Formation. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 7. Encyclopedia of Magic Formation. Chen Ji woke up leisurely. Wake up from the dormitory bed again. After a while, he was convinced that he had returned to Kama Taj. The golden and silver nests are not as good as my dog's nest. Chen Ji sneered at himself. Because the layout of the dormitory is very simple, one bed, one table, and one chair. If he can be promoted to a formal mage, he will also move to a better place to live. And today, he will attempt to pass the formal mage's assessment and establish another soul anchor in Kama Taj. Chen Ji washed himself with water and finished cleaning. Later, he quickly found Baron Modu. On the battlefield. I saw the burly and powerful Baron Modu scrutinizing the competition among his apprentice disciples. Name. Kalmodo, Identity. Chief Mage, Entry. Learned and knowledgeable, green, powerful mana, blue, black magic enthusiast, white, ambitious, black. Green. He has mastered many mysteries and taboos in the magical world. Magic strength, blue. As the chief mage of Kama Taj, strength and wisdom are naturally indispensable. Black magic enthusiast, white. In order to be exposed to more mysterious knowledge, he has started to venture into the field of black magic. Ambitious, black. Being rigid and conservative is just his disguise. He has always been thinking about the title of Supreme Master and is highly likely to make dangerous moves. Chen Ji glanced over. I saw Baron Modu's entry panel again. Unlike before, this time there is an extra entry. Black magic enthusiasts. Baron Modu actually started secretly researching dark magic. Chen Ji was secretly shocked in his heart. Did his appearance cause a turning point in the fate of Baron Modu? Why did he not receive the system's feedback on the gas value? Chen Ji frowned. My heart couldn't help but be filled with doubts. You should know. The main reason for the blackening of Baron Modu is still Stephen Strange. Dr. Strange snatched away the position of Supreme Master that he coveted. Now that Dr. Strange has not yet started, why did Baron Modu turn black in advance? This made him feel extremely worried. After all, he had already made his own decision to rewrite the fate of Baron Modu and provide him with a large amount of luck. Chen. I heard you have read Sanskrit and borrowed several books on secret techniques. Are you here to ask me for advice now? Baron Modu's gaze turned and he immediately noticed Chen Ji's arrival. There was a hint of coldness in his eyes, but he pretended to be a courtesan and walked directly to Chen Ji. Yes. Senior brother Modu, thanks to your guidance. And I want to participate in the formal mage's assessment. Chen Ji smiled on his face. Even if he knew Modu was ambitious, he couldn't tear his face on the spot. Black talent represents both misfortune and curse, as well as weaknesses in human nature. Becoming the supreme mage has become the obsession of Baron Modu. And he himself was still completely unaware. Participate in the formal mage's assessment. Chen. Are you sure? Modu's expression was unusual. Make a good deal out of it. Chen Ji has only been introduced for half a month now. Not only is his cultivation progress in martial arts faster than his peers, but he has also mastered the secret technique and is about to become an official mage. He suddenly felt a threat. After all, the title of Supreme Master is held by those who are capable. But his qualifications are higher than Chen Ji's, but his talent is far inferior. Okay. Senior brother Modu, if it weren't for your help and guidance, I wouldn't have made great progress. The next Supreme Mage should be succeeded by you in order to further promote Kama Taj Mahal. Without hesitation, Chen Ji blew his rainbow fart. This statement is full of profound meaning. A hint of inexplicability flashed across Baron Modu's face. Will I take over from the Venerable One and become the next Supreme Mage? Chen. Do you really think so? Modu's eyes pondered. He originally thought that Chen Ji was greedy for the position of the Supreme Master. Now it seems that Chen Ji has no such idea at all. Isn't his only opponent only Cassius? Senior brother Modu, the next Supreme Master, you must. The Ancient One has been wandering around, and all the entry-level disciples are personally taught by you. Whether it's your ability or virtue, it's beyond our novice mage's reach. However, Chen Ji pretended to be indecisive and hesitated to speak. But it aroused Baron Modu's curiosity. But you can't speak in half. Chen. A smile appeared on Modu's face. The gaze towards Chen Ji became subtle. What is his intention in teaching apprentice mages carefully? Isn't it just about accumulating connections and prestige? However, Cassius, on the other hand, rose to prominence and recruited a group of believers with his extremely radical mystical philosophy. This filled his heart with worries. But as the chief mage, he is both an honor and a shackle. So, he can only secretly study black magic and compete with Cassius in the dark. And Chen Ji saw his thoughts. Baron Modu couldn't help but have a different idea. Perhaps he can use Chen Ji. Senior brother Modu, since Cassius can form fanatics, we can also form a secret society. If senior brother Modu is not convenient to come forward, then I can take care of it. Chen Ji's gaze flickered. As he watched Baron Modu take the bait, he immediately lowered his voice and put forward his own ideas. Secret associations. Chen. This is not allowed in principle. Baron Modu's face darkened. But I secretly rejoiced in my heart. In principle, it's not possible, but it's feasible in private. Chen Ji naturally has a deep understanding of the art of language and is busy with it. Senior brother Modu, even if the Supreme Master blames me, I won't reveal a word. Besides, can the Ancient One not know about Cassius' behavior? Chen Ji incited again. Baron Modu understood and nodded secretly. But he still spoke with a serious and dignified tone. Chen. The laws of Kama Taj cannot be blasphemed. I will punish you for copying General Theory of Fundamentals once, and you must hand it over to me before nightfall. Before nightfall. General Introduction to Copying Fundamentals. Fuck you. Chen Ji secretly pursed his lips. He knows very well that all of this is just a cover. The purpose is to create time for him and Baron Modu to be alone. If you really copy it once, it will be asking for trouble. However, surprisingly, the system prompt hasn't sounded yet. Is it not enough to rewrite the fate of Baron Modu with his own actions? It seems that we can only add more fire. Chen Ji's eyes rolled. He did not immediately establish an anchor for the soul, but ran to the library again. He still needs to delve deeper into the mysteries of the eerie world. After all, he is prepared to be eerie. If there is a choice, who is willing to be weird? Library. Bright and clean. Master Murphy is cleaning the yard. Upon seeing Chen Ji's arrival, a smile appeared on Murphy's face, his expression filled with excitement. Chen. Thanks to your proposal. I actually discovered a book about Ago Moto's magic formation. Do you want to borrow it for a trial reading? Chen Ji was taken aback at the words. Ago motorcycle. Magic formation works. No wonder Murphy's significant turning of fate was not entirely due to Chen Ji's suggestion. This magic formation work should be the focus. I like this book, remember to collect it, vote more, thank you for being a new author. End of this chapter. Chapter 8. Hanging Ring. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 8 Hanging Ring, Name. Murphy Sen, Identity. Librarian, Entry. Slow and logical, white, knowledgeable and memorable, green, skilled, green, proficient in magic formations, white, dying to the brink of death, black. Magic formation mastery, white. Through Ago Moto's magic formation works, he has initially mastered the magic formation craft. Mastery of magic formation. Surprisingly, a talent entry appeared again. So Master Murphy still has the talent to travel through the magic formation. Is this the root of the turning point of fate? Chen Jirua was thoughtful. I also feel immense joy in my heart. He not only controlled his own destiny, but also brought significant influence to Master Murphy. This also means that he can successfully rewrite the fate of others through his own actions. Get more chi points to upgrade talent entries. I have memorized this encyclopedia of the magic formation in my heart, and now it belongs to you. Master Murphy smiled and handed a secret book to Chen Ji. Chen Ji took over the Encyclopedia of Magic Formation. Seeing the unique imprint on the cover, I was convinced that the Encyclopedia of Magic Formation came from the hands of Ago Moto. Since Master Murphy can generate a white talent entry. So, he can definitely do it too. His entry panel is much more magnificent than Master Murphy's. Master Murphy. In the future, we can jointly study the magic array technology. Chen Ji exhaled gently. He borrowed several advanced works of the secret technique books again. Chen. If it weren't for your reminder, I'm afraid this book would be forever covered in dust. Master Murphy nodded. The friendship between the two also rapidly heated up. Dormitory. Chen Ji opened the borrowed books. Quick reading and memory. With his green talent, he quickly remembered all the words. There is already a comprehensive understanding of the magical world of the current universe. And this all depends on the masterpiece, Journey to Hell. Journey to Hell mainly depicts different dimensions, known as the dimension of hell, but there is not only one. But countless. Even the Journey to Hell is equipped with graphics and text, depicting spectacular scenes of different hells. Even through the Book of Secret Techniques, Chen Ji felt a slight chill. But he did not find any record of a strange world. What is the situation? Is the origin of the eerie world even more mysterious than hell? His guess is completely wrong. This eerie world doesn't even belong to nightmares. Feeling uncomfortable. Where exactly did I enter? Chen Jiang lay in bed, his eyes lifeless and empty. Looking at the ceiling above his head, a restless mood filled his heart. Unknown often synonymous with fear. However, on second thought, Chen Ji realized that if the eerie world belonged to the dimension of no master, wouldn't he be able to occupy this dimension and become a true dimensional lord? Dimension Lord. This is an existence on par with the Supreme Master. Backed by a dimension, magic never runs out. Even if you die, you can resurrect in a strange world. How on earth can he control the eerie world? Successfully promoted to the mysterious master. But how can the lord of the eerie world be weaker than nightmare? Chen Ji's expression was complex. Immediately, he opened the Dark Red Magic Classic, the Book of Gods, New Compilation of the Universe, and Star Projection, again. The book is written in standard Sanskrit. Contains a certain number of aggressive spells. This is what Chen Ji lacks. What's missing and what's missing? The Dark Red Encyclopedia tells the story of the Dark Red Universe and the Dark Red Universe Lords, the existence of Satarak, and the high-level secrets that Satarak excels in. The Book of the Gods involves the eternal Vishan Emperor, the deity believed in by Kama Taj. The new compilation of the universe contains knowledge related to spatial dimensions and mirror dimensions. In Star Projection, once you master this spell, your soul can leave your body and travel to the star realm created by the goddess of light, Ashit. Encyclopedia of Magic Formation, as the name suggests, is a classic work about magic formation craftsmanship. Chen Ji immersed himself both physically and mentally. Only the rustling sound of flipping through books rang out. Time passes by bit by bit. Chen Ji just woke up like a dream, realizing later that he didn't feel hungry. Is it because he is prepared to be eerie? Chen Ji's spine feels cold after surgery. It seems that we cannot continue to procrastinate. Chen Ji put on his shoes and quickly ran out of the apprentice wizard's dormitory. Then, he bypassed a long corridor, passed through an ancient architectural complex, and immediately arrived at a courtyard. This is the residence of the chief wizard Baron Modu. As the chief mage of Kama Taj, his status and treatment are naturally high. All esoteric masters can also have independent courtyards, making it easy to concentrate on studying esoteric magic and delving into mysterious and unpredictable knowledge of the universe. Dong! Dong dong! Chen Ji walked into the courtyard and lightly knocked on the door. Inside the door. Immediately, a thick and powerful sound came out. Chen! Come in. Baron Modu's gaze flickered, his fingers lightly tapping on the square table. He had been waiting for a long time. For the plan proposed by Chen Ji, he was also secretly thinking in his heart. If he wanted to defeat Cassius, fighting alone would definitely not work. Come out and mess around, we rely on power. Senior brother Mo do, how have you considered it? There are no outsiders now, we can open the skylight and speak frankly. Chen Ji gently closed the door, with a playful smile on his face. Although his past life experiences were not honorable, his several years of social animal life and daily life of cows and horses from 5 to 9 also taught him how to handle human nature. Human nature is interconnected. No matter what world it is, there will never be a divine being who is transcendent and empty. Chen. What are you doing tirelessly to help me for? Baron Moda's eyes narrowed slightly, revealing a look of scrutiny, as if he wanted to see through Chen Ji's inner voice. There is no unfounded goodwill, nor is there any unfounded hatred. Chen Ji's actions are incomprehensible to him. Senior brother Mo do, you should have noticed that I have a terrifying curse on me. I just hope that after you become the Supreme Master, you can unlock this curse for me. And make me the Chief Mage of Kama Taj. This requirement shouldn't be excessive, right? Chen Ji had already figured out an excuse. Generate electricity for love. Definitely not. This will actually lose the hard-won trust. So, he must let Baron Modu know that he and Chen Ji belong to the same kind. Curse. I did find out. You actually realized it yourself. Baron Modu was not surprised. The corners of the mouth also subtly curved without any trace. There is no need to rush into the matter of cursing. When I become the Supreme Master, I will have my own solution. Chen. Wearing this hanging ring, I will teach you the techniques to use and help you become a formal mage. Baron Modu changed his tone and suddenly threw a hanging ring. Chen Ji firmly caught it. My heart couldn't help but accelerate. Hanging ring. This is Kama Taj's signature artifact. Having the ability to shuttle through space. As long as the mind has a clear idea of where it is going, it will open a secret door. Instantly arrived. End of this chapter. Chapter 9 Objective. The Temple of New York. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 9 Objective. The Temple of New York Hanging Ring. Like a ring in shape. The surface is painted with exquisite patterns and patterns. There is a faint and mysterious aura that permeates through. Chen Ji could tell at a glance. The symbols on the hanging ring are all related to space. It is through this wonderful spatial magic formation that the ability to shuttle through the hanging ring is endowed. And after reading the Encyclopedia of Magic Arrays, he naturally understood how clever and incredible this exquisite design was. Don't daydream. Chen. Wear the hanging ring, focus your attention on one point, and construct the scene you want to go to in your mind. Imagine the spirit as scissors, trying to tear open the veil of the universe. Baron Modu slowly stood up, with a hint of seriousness on his face, as he instructed Chen Ji on the use of the hanging ring. This is undoubtedly starting a small stove. Through Baron Modu's behavior, Chen Ji's heart suddenly became clear. He has agreed to his proposal. At this moment, the secret association has been officially established. But Chen Ji did not delve into it. He immediately put on the hanging ring in his right hand, focused his mind highly, and began to conceive of his dormitory. Due to his unforgettable ability, the images in his mind are incredibly realistic and profound. In an instant. As he circled with his right hand, a brilliant and dazzling magical spark shone out. In the incredulous gaze of Baron Modu, a smooth and unobstructed secret door quickly formed. Genius! What a demon-level secret skill talent! Chen. You will definitely become the youngest secret master in the history of Kama Taj. Baron Modu was amazed and a hint of jealousy flashed in his eyes. However, in order to win over Chen Ji, he still smiled and suppressed his jealousy. He, like Chen Ji, can be considered a person of color. Although there is no discrimination against Kama Taj, there is still a phenomenon of covert infighting. So, he can't trust anyone. Only a guardian mage of the same skin color, Daniel Durham, can barely gain his trust. Chen Ji has a clear understanding of this. But he doesn't care at all. Because he only wanted to trigger a turning point in the fate of Baron Modu, in order to obtain a large amount of luck. However, why is the system prompt not appearing for a long time? Chen Ji's eyes narrowed slightly. Where exactly is the difference? Chen. Why are you not happy at all? You have mastered the usage of the hanging ring and can instantly reach anywhere in the future. I heard you come from the east. Do you want to go to the Temple of Hong Kong City? Baron Modu looked surprised. Subsequently, he began to inquire about Chen Ji's thoughts. The official mages of Kama Taj will be assigned to the Mage Temple. Not only does it require daily maintenance of the temple, but it also requires killing the wandering demons in the secular world. Therefore, formal mages are generally referred to as guardian mages, and only secret masters can serve as palace masters. In the prehistoric mythological era, after the founding of Kama Taj, Agomo built 3 mage temples at key spiritual nodes on Earth. The Mage's Temple forms a massive magical barrier, isolating Earth from other dimensions. However, other dimensional lords can still lure ordinary people into falling and sinking through various means. Spiritual creatures also frequently appear within the barrier. Dementia. Crazy. Disrupting the stability and order of the real world. This hidden sect has been protecting the real world since prehistoric mythological times. Avoid dimension lords who are eyeing and turn the earth into wasteland. Am I now an official mage? But I haven't mastered any secret magic yet. Chen Ji scratched his head. Chen. Kama Taj advocates self-study. Because the talent for secret arts varies from person to person. And you can always ask me for advice. Baron Modu smiled playfully. Who is the official mage? It's not his the final say. This is just an identity. And at this moment, Chen Ji finally heard the long-lost system prompt. Due to your successful mastery of the hanging ring, it has brought you a significant turning point in your destiny, with a reward of 100 points for your chi points. Here we go. Chi yun value is 100 points. This is much faster than killing monsters. However, Chen Ji's face lit up with joy, but he quickly found himself in trouble. 100 points of chi luck value. You can now upgrade the green talent entry. And he can also rotate the talent lottery wheel once. Is it about extracting talents or upgrading talents? Chen Ji couldn't help but frown. But it made Baron Modu look inexplicable. Chen. Don't you want to go to the Temple of Hong Kong City? Or do you want to stay at Kama Taj? Baron Modu asked again. Kama Taj. As the headquarters of secret sorcerers. Nature requires the protection of a mage. So, staying at Kama Taj is also one of Chen Ji's options. Chen Ji's eyes rolled. The Temple of Hong Kong City. There is no chance to rewrite fate. On the contrary, it's the Temple of New York, where you can encounter more important characters, including the superstar who started Marvel's golden decade, Robert Jr. Tony. And also, there is the good neighbor of New York City citizens, 400 Terman. How could he miss this great opportunity to become a porcelain superhero? Chen Ji's eyes lit up and he hurriedly said. Senior brother Mo, I think the New York Temple is more suitable for me. The Temple of New York. Are you sure? This is the place where spiritual creatures appear the most frequently. Baron Morton had a serious expression on his face. Okay. Senior brother Mo, this Encyclopedia of Magic Formation. Maybe, it's very suitable for you. Chen Ji handed out a book on secret techniques. Baron Moda glanced, but couldn't help but feel a shock in his heart. Is this a work by Ago Moto? Where did you find it? Baron Modu was overjoyed. As a genuine master of secret techniques, he naturally understands the value of the magic formation encyclopedia. Even if he doesn't have the talent for magic formations, he is bound to have some insights. After all, Ago Moto is the son of the ancient gods and the founder of Kama Taj. A member of Eternal Weishan Emperor. Master Murphy entrusted it to me. Don't worry. Senior brother Mo, he wouldn't know that I brought it to you. Chen Ji has bright eyes. During this period of interaction, he had already seen what Baron Modu was. 3-word evaluation. Ambitious and talented, with a fierce and cowardly demeanor. Cough cough. Chen. After you're ready, go report to the Temple of New York. I will notify Durham. Baron Modu sat down again and quickly opened the Encyclopedia of the Magic Formation. Look at this posture. Chen Ji also knew that he couldn't stay long. Immediately, he walked directly past the door of the secret method and returned to his own dormitory. But he found out that he only knew how to open the door. I won't close the door. This is too awkward. Chen. Are you planning to keep peeping at me? Baron Modu's face was gloomy. No. How do I close this door? Chen Ji is not ashamed to ask. Activate your imagination and turn it off. Modu patiently explained. I see. Chen Ji imagined that the door to the secret method had already closed. Next second. A dazzling magical spark drifted invisibly. Baron Modu couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief when he saw this scene. At the same time, Chen Ji finally made his own decision. Do you want to use Qi Yun value 4, Little Spirit Qi, green, dot. End of this chapter. Chapter 10. Blue Talent. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Chapter 10 Blue Talent. After careful consideration, Chen Ji made this decision. Instead of fighting for an unknown probability, why not upgrade the green talent to the blue talent safely? He doesn't have a gambling mentality. I am well aware of my black face and the fate of being a non-chieftain. So, it is necessary to use all the energy values on the blade. In order to facilitate the cultivation of secret magic in the future, Little Spirit Qi is undoubtedly his first choice. Do you want to use Qi Yun value 4, Little Spirit Qi, green, dot. Okay. Schwa. With a brilliance shining. 100 points of energy consumption. The green talent, slightly spiritual energy, has been successfully upgraded. Little spiritual energy, green, has evolved into an entry, self-taught, blue, self-taught, blue. You have amazing talent in the field of secret techniques. No matter what secret techniques you use, they are like observing patterns on your palm, and you may also receive teachings from spiritual creatures. Nice. Chen Ji's face showed joy. This is his first blue talent. Self-taught. No matter what secret technique, it's like observing patterns on the palm. He was simply overjoyed. After all, he is the upcoming guardian mage of the New York Temple, which is located at the center stage of the Marvel Universe. The level of danger and chaos is almost unimaginable. Besides, when midnight arrives, he will return to the eerie world. Diligently studying esoteric magic is also his only way of survival. Name. Chen Ji, identity. Official mage talent. Never forget, green, martial arts master, green, self-taught, blue, lucky in times of difficulty, green, prepared for eerie, black. Qi Yun value. 20.9 Chen Ji's talent entry has also undergone subtle changes. In the identity column, I have also been promoted from a novice mage to a formal mage. However, his official mage has a lot of moisture. Go to the library. The legend of a generation of Dharma gods begins from here. Chen Ji felt a deep sense of satisfaction in his heart. Immediately, the outline of the library appeared in his mind, his right hand slowly swaying. A dazzling secret door, converging into shape, directly revealed the entrance of the library. And at the other end of the portal. But I didn't see Master Murphy. A sinister-looking Westerner with an eagle's gaze and a wolf's gaze, dressed in the attire of a master of secret techniques, with double swords on his waist. Standing in the restricted area, his expression was heavy. Cassius. Chen Ji was shocked in his heart. How did he encounter this malevolent star? Name. Cassius, identity. Master of Secret Arts Entry. Magic Tong Tian, blue, unfathomable, blue, no taboos, black. Magic Tong Tian, blue. Although he is also a master of secret techniques, his strength can be said to be the strongest. Unfathomable, blue. The mysterious knowledge he has mastered has reached a level of unfathomability. I advise you to stay further away from him. No taboos, black. In order to achieve his goal, he will do whatever it takes, at all costs, and is easily misled. Hiss. Cassius entry panel. It's so terrifying. Chen Ji secretly licked his tongue. Double blue talent. He has never seen it before. Seeing Cassius, he couldn't help but think of the plot that happened to Dr. Strange. In order to resurrect his deceased wife and children, he sacrificed his soul to the Lord of the Dark Dimension. Almost destroyed the 3 major temples. Let Domum devour the real world. And he could tell at a glance that the forbidden book that Cassius touched upon was undoubtedly the Book of Callisto. This book not only does it record the mysteries of time, but it also contains knowledge about the Dark Dimension. With the ancient rituals in the book, one can summon Domum and control the power of the Dark Dimension. But the ceremony cannot be completed alone. So, Cassius established the fanatics, relying on his radical ideas, and his status was vaguely above Modu. A young secret sorcerer. You seem to be called Chen. Who taught you to call a secret master by his name when facing him? You should call me Master Cassius. Cassius's gaze flickered. Later, he put the Book of Callisto back in its original position and walked towards Chen Ji. Do you seem to have become a formal mage? Are you interested in joining my study group? I will impart my expertise to you without reservation. Cassius squeezed out a smile. He had long heard of Chen Ji's talent. To ensure that one's plan is foolproof. He naturally won't let go of this potential friend. After all, the wanderers who came to Kama Taj are all in a lost and painful abyss, and he doesn't mind extending a helping hand to Chen Ji. Cassius. Master. Your study group. May I ask what knowledge can I learn? Chen Ji's eyes fluctuated. The brain immediately started running at high speed. He can neither offend Cassius nor join Cassius. Because it's too dangerous. The fate of Cassius in the play is much more tragic than the extinction. Completely reduced to puppets and slaves of Domum. Directly incarnate into a dark creature called the Heartless. And he has an entry system that can infinitely upgrade his talents. Joining Cassius. Why bother coming? Strive until the end of time, upgrade all talent entries to top-level talents. Isn't it fragrant? What knowledge? Everything. My friend. You should know that the Kama Taj library cannot hold all the knowledge of the world, and there are many secrets recorded on parchment paper. And I will share everything with you. This will be free of charge. Cassius smiled and whispered softly in Chen Ji's ear. Instantly made Chen Ji's scalp tingle. Free is the most expensive. He doesn't want to accept the gift from Cassius. However, through these words, it can be imagined that Cassius and the fanatics have secretly hidden the book of secret methods seized in the secular world, and have not made their knowledge public. Completely contrary to the teaching philosophy of the Ancient One Venerable. No wonder. Cassius was able to rapidly advance to become a master of secret techniques within a year, so there is still an unknown adventure. Chen Ji squinted his eyes. He was tempted. The blue talent, self-taught, allows him to achieve twice the result with half the effort. It is also possible to receive teachings from spiritual beings. If he could master more mysterious knowledge, his survival in the eerie world would be like a fish in water. No matter how you look at it, it's all a steady profit and no loss deal. However, Master Cassius, I don't think I'm qualified to join your study group. I'm afraid of letting you down. Chen Ji shook his head and pretended to be insecure. Disappointment. We are all pursuing truth in our own ways. Chen. My study group welcomes you to join at any time. Cassius Mulu appreciated. Immediately, he walked towards the outside of the library, and his sturdy figure gradually disappeared at the end of the corridor. Chen Ji also breathed a sigh of relief. Who? This guy, the pressure is too strong. I hope he doesn't see any flaws. Chen Ji secretly felt fortunate. He is well aware of the truth that too much cannot be chewed. He has only recently started, and he has not read through the secret books of the Kama Taj library. If one dares to come into contact with other ancient mysterious knowledge, there may be a risk of life. This is something he cannot accept. A gentleman does not stand under a dangerous wall. To resist risks, it's better to stay away from them. There will be at least a few years left until Cassius' rebellion. As long as he becomes a master of secret techniques and possesses the strength to rival Cassius, it is not too late for him to go undercover as a fanatic. End of this chapter.